our political team passed on a CNN news story that CNN broke. The news story said that Ben Carson was not continuing from Iowa on to New Hampshire. He was not continuing to South Carolina. Instead, he was going home to Florida. That was a news story CNN had posted. And our political team passed it on to our supporters. It was breaking news that was relevant. Now, subsequently, the Carson campaign put out another statement saying that he was not, in fact, suspending his campaign. And I apologize to Ben for our team not passing on their clarification. But this is not a campaign that scapegoats our staffers, that holds someone out and fires them for political purpose. So no, we're not going to scapegoat anybody. I wake up every day and laugh at the latest thing Donald has tweeted because he's losing it. Look, we need a commander-in-chief, not a Twitterer-in-chief. We need someone with judgment and the temperament to keep this country safe. I don't know anyone who would be comfortable with someone who behaves this way having his finger on the button. The American people are not interested in this circus sideshow of insults. You know, my girls are 5 and 7, and I gotta tell you, Caroline and Catherine are better behaved than a presidential candidate who responds by insulting everyone every day when he loses.
Senator, you condemned what you're...
Number one, I think the people of New Hampshire are eagerly awaiting the news whether Donald will join us for the debate here in New Hampshire. He skipped the Iowa debate and he lost. And, you know, he was apparently afraid of Megyn Kelly, and I get that Megyn is a very frightening person. And Donald is apparently a fragile soul, where getting difficult questions from Megyn Kelly really would have dismayed him. But I think you owe the voters the respect of standing in front of them, so I'm waiting to see whether or not Donald will show up at the New Hampshire debate and when he...
Heads up.
Hello, everyone.
It's clear that there were people who tried to take advantage of a situation, who tried to distort information. There's no question about that. Senator Cruz told me that he was not aware of that when I talked to him, and that he did not agree with that kind of thing. And we'll wait and see what he does to demonstrate that.
Of your campaign at this point, you said you're going on to New Hampshire and South Carolina.
Well, he could very well have not known about it, but it's obvious that there were people in his organization not only knew about it, but who carried it out, who executed it. So, you know, we have to look at the obvious things that are going on.
Dr. Carson, criticizing what Ted Cruz's campaign has done. Can you elaborate on that? Why do you use Bible verse? What you're describing?
I think it did, yes. I was getting a lot of intelligence from a lot of different places saying that I was going to do extraordinarily well. And I do think it affected that. There was one instance where my wife went to a caucus, and my representative had already spoken, but the Cruz representative had spoken and told people that I was, in fact, not going to be continuing. Hear a voice way in the wilderness over here? Where is that? Okay. Dr. Carson? When I did a deep dive in my organization and I found that there were problems, I made changes. That's what you have to do, unless you agree with it. Again, if he's in total agreement with it, then he doesn't need to make any changes.
I guess just to follow up on that.
By your fruit, by their fruit, you will know them.
Right.
Okay, that was the Sermon on the Mount.
Right.
And it was in the context where Jesus was saying, you know, there's some people, you know, who aren't what they seem to be, who say one thing and do another, but you can always tell who they are by their fruit, how they act. All right, thank you all.
For your interest, Dr. Carson, your attendance today.